I want to show you 5 songs that you can play on acoustic guitar in open E tuning. 3 of these are Rolling Stones songs because a lot of the original recordings of Rolling Stones songs are in open E, but we're going to start off with 2 others that I think are a little bit easier, perfect to start with. And please, if you've never had a go at open tunings at all, please give this a go. There's a lot of things in open E tuning especially that are easier than playing in standard tuning. Bar chords become easier. I've got a few tricks I want to show you. But first, if you don't know how to get yourself in open E tuning, let me show you how to do that first of all, and then we'll get on with the first song. So my guitar is currently in standard tuning. Here's an E major chord. That's how we'd normally play an E major chord. But we're going to play that with open strings, which means we need to tune string 3 up 1 fret, and we need to tune strings 4 and 5 up 2 frets. Make sense? So we're going to take this note, the open G, up to a G sharp. That's on a G. I'm going to move it up until it gets up on my tuner, which is about there. And then we're going to move string 4, which is a D, up to an E. So that's a whole step, or 2 frets. There it is. And the A note needs to go up a whole tone to the B, which is pretty much there. Once you've done that, other strings have probably gone a little bit out of tune perhaps, so you're best off just having a quick check. The reason is there's more tension on the neck. In this case. Once we're in open E tuning, which means all open strings are now tuned to an E major chord, this becomes our E major chord for something in the air, and then we have a second chord, which is an F sharp 7 add 4. Long complex name, super easy to play, and it sounds wonderful. This is an E major chord shape, but with fingers 2 and 3 moved up physically higher by 1 string. So on string 6 and string 5, string 4 is open, string 3 is on fret 1, and then it's the open 2 strings. And that gives us the first 2 chords of Something in the Air. Continues in the verses as well, but the strumming pattern is down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then it's twice as long as that, so 2 bars per chord for the verses. And then we go to the picking section where the note that changes goes from string 5, fret 5, to fret 3, to fret 2, and then the open string. String 5, 4, 3, 5, repeated. Strings wise, 5, 4, 3, 5, 5, 4, 3, 5. And you know that it's right. As small a motion as possible will enable you to do that quickly. And then we get to we have got to get it together, F minus 7 and 4. We have got to get it together now. My My next choice introduces chords played with a bar with the first finger, which can be supported by the middle finger anytime you need to. That's always an option with playing in open tunings versus playing bar chords, basically. So here's our E major chord, here's our A major chord, and our B major chord. This is at fret 5 and 7, and this is the 1, 4, and 5 chords in this key, which by moving these chord shapes around that we've learnt already, you can play the first, minor second, minor third at the 4th fret and 3rd fret, 5th and 6th. Even as a total beginner, that is something that can be learned. But a great song example where it's doing basically that, you guessed it, it's Big Yellow Taxi by Joni Mitchell. This song uses an A chord played at the 5th fret with just the first finger, going to the kind of A6 chord that we might expect in a Chuck Berry kind of song, but played quite easily with the 3rd finger. You could use the little finger if it was a stretch, especially further down, but try and use the 3rd finger. And we do the same at the B position, which is at the 7th fret, 3rd dot on your guitar, typically for where the dots are, 3, 5, and 7. 3rd finger going down on the 9th fret at string 5. And then we move down to the open position, play E, play this 2nd chord, which is at the 1st fret, string 3, 2nd fret, string 5, and then again we're kind of doing this, that kind of thing, but going open 2, and then the 3rd fret, and it's all the open strings, but also fret 3 at string 5. I like to think of this as an E chord, an A chord slash E, so E's still the root note, and then an E7. Then we have a repetition of that in a similar fashion for the verses. And then these chords have a descending pattern where we start off at the 3rd string, 3rd fret, 3rd finger, 5th string, 5th fret. So here and here, all 6 strings again. Move string 5 down to fret 4. 1st finger stays where it is. This then slides 2 frets down to the 1st fret and the 2nd fret on the same strings. To E. And don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. A major, they pave paradise. That's just the 1st finger barring. You can then use the middle finger if that 1st finger's getting tired, because it will. Pave paradise. 7th fret for the B chord. Pave paradise, put up a parking lot. That bit again. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. The pave paradise, put up a parking lot. Super fun, give it a go. Now we're getting to the Rolling Stones section of the video where we're going to look at Can't Always Get What You Want. Let's learn this without a capo first, because you can use these same tricks in any open tuning song and also similar tricks even in standard tuning. But what we're going to do here is is play this E9 chord with the middle finger at the 2nd fret of string 4. Go between that and just the E chord, the open strings, to this 2nd chord, which again I like to think of as an A over an E. This is like kind of like notes of an A chord, but over E. That's just how I like to think about it. We have a hammer on. But let's look at how to do that with a capo at the 8th fret. So with a capo or a capo at the 8th fret, this sounds like a C major chord. It has all the notes of a C major, but we're in open E tuning still. The capo's just moved it all the way up, 8 notes to C major, and we go for a C add 9 in this fashion. And then, again, I like to think of this as a C over F chord, actual, but A over E in terms of what we were doing without the capo, and in terms of chord shapes. Hammer on, open 5th string, hammer on, pick. That's the lick he tends to stick to, but it varies. And then for the chorus, we go to a 2nd fret proportionate to the capo, hold it down with the middle finger and 1st finger, because this is tough. You can hold it down with 1 finger, but it's a lot harder. Just use 2 fingers, it's absolutely fine. Kind of in this fashion. And then the same chord as we've done previously. And that's if, but if you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need. Here's a song that in the past I've covered in open G tuning, which is how Keith Richards plays it live, but the original recording I believe was in open E tuning. See if you can spot this one. So what the open E tuning gives us, again, still tuned to an E major chord, is playing that intro with 1st finger bar chords at the 7th fret, open, and then at the 5th fret, which is a B, E, and A. And again, I recommend using that middle finger to hold down the 1st finger as well. You can do it like this, but some strings might not ring out, so 2 fingers is totally fine. But then, what's this other way of playing a B major chord in open E? Well, it's this. which is kind of a B power chord. We've got the open string 5, which is our B note. We have 2nd fret on string 4, and then we have a B note at the 3rd fret of string 3. I'm playing that like this, so we can go open 4, 2nd fret on 4, and then keep that 1st finger down on the 1st fret of string 3. And I believe that's how it's played on the original recording. I also believe, I've heard somewhere on the internet, so it must be true, that there's no electric guitars on the original recording of Jumpin' Jack Flash. It's all acoustic guitars, mainly one, but there's probably others as well, let's be honest. Going through a tape machine, and that's what gives it that sense of overdrive or distortion. That just gives it that open strings feel that I can hear on the original. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So just a recap on that riff. 2 strums, open, 2, and then it's the 1st fret. Though when I play that in anger, I'm strumming it more, I'm letting open strings ring out or other strings ring out. So then we get to the fun bit, which is playing a D chord at the 10th fret. The next chord is at the 5th fret, that's our A, E, and then to B at the 7th fret. So 10, 5, open, 7. The riff is played on the thinnest string, and it goes up by 4 frets and then 2 frets. Same on the A. That's a stretch, but you can do it. And then it's 3 frets, 2 frets, 1 for the B. So that is 10, 9, 7. 10, 9, 7 on the B as well. So frets wise, from fret 10, the thinnest string is 14, 12, to the 1st finger at 10. This is 9, 7, 5. Open, it's 10, 9, 7. 10, 9, 7. Playing it in anger. Finishing with a down, up, down. Again, holding down at 7th fret. You're going to need 2 fingers on that one, in my opinion. Let's have a look at how to play one of the most iconic guitar intros of all time. Played on electric originally, we can do it on acoustic. Grab your electric, put a little bit of tremolo on it if you wish. I've done a full tutorial for this in the past on electric. I'll link to it up here. This is at the 9th fret, 7th fret, and the 5th fret. Teach you that in a second. All it is for the intro, the more picked section with the tremolo, is that, and that's mainly on 9th fret still, but strings 5, 4, and 3. Going to the middle finger at 10th fret. same shape on the 7th fret, and then it goes one more fret, it's 5 and 7. So hard and acoustic, but we can do it. We've got the melody. And then what's happening here is we've got the standard Keith Richards, the same thing he does in open G, just move it all a string up is the trick with open E tuning. So move it physically higher. Here's what you do. You guys know that sort of A shape to D over A shape. We're going to move it up a string. We're going to do it there. And then we go open 5, open 5, open 7, open 7. In the verses, storm is threatening my very life today. If I don't get some shelter, oh, I'm gonna fade away. Oh, children, it's just a shot away. There's 5 great riffs and sung in open E tuning. Check out my other lessons in open G tuning, which are here. Let me know any requests in the comments below that you might want, and I'll film them for you. And I really hope to see you next time. Bye-bye for now.